America just entered a new chapter for tipped workers. The Treasury Department has launched a policy that changes how millions of people get paid, and it's called the No Tax on Tips. You guys should remember this from the Trump campaign. And it means servers, bartenders, and others can now claim up to $25,000 a year in tax deductions. And that's money back in the pockets of working families. But this story isn't just about numbers, it's about fairness and opportunity. And Secretary Scott Bessent says this is the start of what he calls parallel prosperity, a plan to grow Main Street alongside Wall Street. And what happens next changes everything. Do you guys think tip workers deserve this kind of relief? I mean, I used to deliver pizzas. I would have loved that. So drop your thoughts in the comments and let me know. So my name is Tom. I'm with the Daily Beltway. I'm also publisher of the Illinois Review and a White House correspondent for the Next News Network. And we are a growing channel, so make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and like, comment, all that other things. Those really help us grow and helps us get past those algorithms. So we're going to get right to it. It's Scott Bessent announcing that no tax on tips. Check this out.
The One Big Beautiful Bill solidified the largest tax cut in our history for our nation's workers. Among other groundbreaking reforms, the bill codified no tax on tips. This historic tax break will ensure that America's working families keep more of their hard-earned income. I have a personal appreciation for tipped workers, having been one myself. When I was in my youth, I took my first job as a busboy. When I was just 9 years old, I cleared tables at a local cafeteria and set up chairs and umbrellas at a beach nearby, and I depended on tips for a significant portion of my income. To this day, tens of millions of Americans depend on tips to feed their families, pay their rent, and make ends meet. And President Trump wants to make life easier for all of them. On Labor Day, I was out at diners and restaurants meeting with some great servers to remind them of President Trump's exciting new provision. To that end, the One Big Beautiful Bill will allow millions of qualified employees to claim a deduction of up to $25,000 each year on their tip income. Americans who are self-employed, meanwhile, will be able to claim a deduction equal to their net income from the business in which the tips were earned. Through forward-thinking policies like no tax on tips, the president is boosting paychecks for America's working families. This is critical to our goal of achieving parallel prosperity by building an economy where Main Street and Wall Street grow together. This administration will never stop fighting to restore the American dream.
And I actually believe them. So Secretary Scott Bessent made it official. No tax on tips is now law of the land. And starting immediately, tip workers can deduct up to $25,000 in tips from their taxable incomes. And that means more money in their paychecks and less in the hands of the Washington bureaucrats. And this comes after months of coordination between the Treasury Department and the Internal Revenue Service. On September 22nd, the IRS confirmed the policy is active and rolled out transition relief for year 2025. And the initial eligibility list includes 68 occupations, everything from bartenders and waitstaff to barbers, manicurists, and taxi drivers, but officials say not every job on that list may ultimately qualify. Future guidelines will finalize the rules. So here's a question. If you guys work in a tipped industry, do you think this policy will actually help you guys save money? I genuinely want to know. I'm going to the White House in like 2 weeks, and I'd love to give that feedback to them. So let me know that in the comment. And the economic ripple could be huge. By letting workers keep more of their money, spending increases in local communities, and small businesses benefit. And Main Street, it gets stronger. And that's exactly what Bessent calls parallel prosperity. And here's the part that they never expected. Critics are already warning of tax loopholes. The Tax Foundation says high earners might try to exploit the deduction. But with a $25,000 cap and strict criteria, the law is meant to focus on middle-class earners who actually depend on tips. And Bessent himself drew from personal experience. He said he started out as a busboy at age 9. I delivered pizzas as soon as I got my driver's license and relied on tips to make ends meet. And his point was simple. Millions of Americans are in that same position today. So what about you? Do you think Washington should expand this kind of relief beyond tip workers? Leave your thoughts below. So if you guys got value from this update, please tap subscribe. My opinion is next. So I don't know, I really do think this is a win for working families across our entire nation, our republic. For too long, tip workers carried an unfair tax burden. Now they keep more of what they earn. And that means stronger households, healthier communities, and greater opportunity for every American who works hard to get ahead. And this policy also proves something bigger. Conservative leadership delivers real results. And while critics in Washington argue, the administration acted. And that means millions of waiters, bartenders, and small business workers will feel the difference in their wallets, finally. And that's the kind of policy America needs. It's simple. It's direct and supportive of the people who make this republic run. So stay aware, stay engaged, and always remember, this is your country and it's your future. Only you can achieve it.